Hey everyone, nerdygymbros here. We're going to talk about Hitman 2 today. I'm excited. I'm excited about everything always, but the first Hitman game we played was Hitman Absolution, and I absolutely loved it. We actually missed out on last year's Hitman. I think it came out last year. It either came out last year or the year before, I don't remember. But we missed out on that one, but now they have the second one coming out, and we're just going to jump into that one instead of go back and that's how we roll. Yeah. But I'm excited about it. I like the places that they chose, I like the graphics, I like the briefcase, and one thing you can tell from the videos, there's two things that they really like. They like it when you throw shit, because they do it in slow-mo and then they change the item a bunch of times, but their favorite thing, I think, is the fish slap across the face.
Those weren't the two things that I thought you were going to say, but yeah, those are definitely two of the things that you can tell that they really enjoy from the videos. The two things I was going to say that they love the most is the briefcase, because of how much they go. And don't worry, guys, the briefcase. Yeah. And the second thing that I think that they love even more is the mirror system.
That is actually my favorite thing in the entire game so far, because I don't remember what video
it's
it was.
It's not my favorite thing, and it's not because I don't think it's cool, because I think it's...
Oh, it excites me at the possibilities for just future, like, for gaming in general, because, I mean...
Definitely, like, stealth-based games.
Exactly, in a stealth-based game, what if the mirror, like, obviously, like it does in Hitman, shows where you are? I mean, to me, it adds another element to gaming. Yeah. And that's why I wanted mirrors to work like mirrors, and for the AI in the game to react to the reflections. And I know that has to be that has to be a developmental nightmare and everything, but it's me excited.
Yeah, I think the mirror concept is really cool. I'm not saying that's not my favorite thing from it, because I don't think
it's my favorite thing.
I think that concept in general is just it's just amazing. I mean, definitely when you think about how far we've come in gaming from way back when with Pac-Man machines and
we're not that old.
We've played on Pac-Man machines.
I know, but that's the way you said it. I was like,
Pac-Man machines.
The fuck?
I mean, Game Boys were our first.
Yeah, Game Boys were our first, and then went PlayStation 2, then
and throughout that time we touched
Nintendo's
and stuff like that. But think about those era of gaming and just what was considered, oh my god, this is so advanced back then. I mean, day-night cycle and Pokemon Silver and Gold was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I could do that.
Right.
The seasons changing in one of the Zelda games I remember playing. And you think about those amazing concepts for what it was back then, and you look at nowadays, we're talking about the ability that a mirror works, how a real mirror would work, and the AI actually react. It's not just, reflect. Because reflections in themselves are just cool things to see in video games, whether it's the reflection of a city off of a puddle, or it's they showed it in the Hitman video, but I think there's possibly in Max Payne 3 as well, where it's like a clear, I say clear, but I mean it's like a floor that reflects the ceiling and the lights that are on in clubs and everything. Right. There was one in the Hitman video, and I think there was one in Max Payne 3 that did that. Those reflections in of themselves are amazing, just to see how it actually works, and definitely when you can actually see yourself in it, and it's not like muddled or anything, because when everything else is clear and just you're the one.
I was like, the thing with Hitman, it's completely clear. It acts like how you would see a mirror in real life, and that amazing.
And that in of itself, the ability to reflect it with real mirrors is awesome. But the fact that they make it so that not only can you use it to see enemies, but an AI can see you through it and react, and like a camera basically, like security cameras in stealth games. But with a mirror, that in itself is just a cool concept, and I'm amazed that we've come that far from.
Yeah, because I swear, in the last 3 or 4 videos we did, I was talking about how I want a mirror to work like a game, and then all of a sudden we watched these the Hitman videos today, and I was like, mirror!
They're talking about it, but as much as I think it's a cool concept and I think it's amazing, my favorite thing about the Hitman 2 stuff that they're talking about are the ghost mode.
That has me excited because we're totally 100% doing this.
Oh yeah.
And we know who's the best. We know who's the better silent one in the video game. You who, when you drive, the sidewalk is your thing. You blow things up.
That's not a stealth game.
It's just, You even look at Blacklist. Was it Blacklist, Splinter Cell?
I kicked your ass in that, not in the co-op mode, but I'm talking about I kicked your ass in the Ghost.
Really?
Platinum stuff or I don't know if it was Platinums, but it was Ghost playthroughs. I think I had more Ghost playthroughs than you did, where I didn't kill anybody.
Okay, so that was a bad example. Okay, Phantom Pain. How about that one? Did I do good? See, there's a pause there. That means I did better.
Oh, I did get the horn twice. One from creating the nuke for the achievement, and then the original one on accident. I got the horn.
Yeah, you did.
Because I didn't know that killing people caused that.
Better stealth player.
I was going around killing people. I didn't think that was going to cause any problems for me. I don't even remember why that happened, but Phantom Pain doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count because it's true. It doesn't count.
Yeah, so like I said, better stealth player, me.
I don't remember how I did it.
I was going to use Skyrim, but I don't really feel like that's fair.
It's not really fair. I don't remember how I did in Hitman Absolution. I think that...
I thought about saying that, but I don't really remember how I did. I know I killed people when they got in the... Not all the time, but like, I tried to do my best. I didn't know.
I think I actually did better in Hitman Absolution than you did, because I remember
the
you
hardest
scores taken down because you'd have to kill people and stuff, and I remember specific points where I was able to get through and points that you weren't, where you ended up with it. But at the same time,
I think the hardest mission in the entire game is when the one hotel mission.
Yeah.
Where there's like 3 to 5 floors, I think, where you have to like work your way through. Yeah. That to me.
In saying the Hitman Absolution thing, though, I know that I sucked at so many points in that thing. The only reason why I would get high scores is I would try to do every single challenge in like the same playthrough. So that's
besides the point, though. I was just saying that I was better at stealth than you.
Well, you're not, so get over it.
Don't listen to him.
But with the Ghost mode specifically, which is one of the 2 modes I'm excited about, I think that's just, in and of itself is just another cool concept where
the thing I love about it is that you can see the other character like moving around and stuff, and it's like nothing like they said in the trailer. Like, let's say you blow something up, unlikely, I know. You blow something up, but and chaos is erupting in your game, but in my game, I'm still fine. I'm still proceeding with stealth.
I was at first standoffish when they first were talking.
Really?
When I first. I forget which video it was in, but they mentioned the Ghost mode, how you were like fighting to get the same target, basically. And I was standoffish of it because I was like, yeah, but you're racing, to the target and everything, and then it's just gonna end in people, just sprinting to the thing, and to me, it was like, oh, that's just it.
I think they said it's like a total of 5. I know that was before you learned what it actually was,
but. Before I learned, I was like, oh, that people are just going to sprint around, and it's a cool concept, but it's just not going to work in practice. But also, when they talk about how
actual video for it,
when it's alternate
realities
basically, but you can still see where the other person is, because you're in the same reality where the world in and of itself is still reacting the same way until you start fucking shit up, where you kill this person, maybe you leave the body, and that causes.
Yeah, I like how when depending on what's going on in your game, like it'll pop up like in the I think it's the left upper screen like alert, they found the body and they're mobilizing, whatever the case may be. I like how they do that.
I like that too, and that's the thing. It's like
but I think it'd be funny if Diana comments on it. 47, you're getting sloppy. I've taught you better than this.
But I think in general, when the starting point you're in the same reality, but from that point on you're in alternate realities where you can see the other person, but what they do doesn't affect what's going on in your
Which
game.
actually makes me happy.
Which
I feel like it's
makes
more fair.
And that
your explosion tactics won't mess up my perfect stuff. And I like how it's not just you have one target, you go in, and whoever gets that person ends, and it ends, because that to me, I'm like, well, that's too short. So I like how they give you, okay, you have 5 targets, and you work your way through, and if someone kills the target, like, if you kill the target before I do, then I have like 30 seconds to either blow my cover or try to stealth my way through in 30 seconds. I'll do a nice quick pace of a walk.
And the thing is, as I said, if you kill the target and
in front of, and if you're seen, it doesn't count. Yeah, I like that.
Which I think that
helps
because that makes it, one, it adds to the tension and everything of what, and you like, I have 20 seconds, I have to, kill this target, and like, how do I do this without getting busted? But at the same time, it makes it fair for the person that killed the target first through stealth means or whatever it means that they didn't get seen. Obviously, that didn't require stealth. I mean, however they killed the target, whether from a distance with a sniper rifle or whatever way that they decided to do it, rubber duck explosion, I mean, it could be anything.
They're proud of that rubber duck too.
I would be proud of the rubber duck explosion too, that's awesome.
I think it's funny.
But that makes it fair for the other player to me, where it's like, you worked really hard to do it as stealthily as possible and to have your victory stolen because the person rushed and killed the person, they didn't, take away their victory because of that. That to me it levels the playing field perfectly for it. So to me, Ghost mode is definitely going to be one of my favorite parts of it.
I also am interested in the sniper mode, the co-op sniping thing.
I
think once again we're also going to have a ton of fun doing that.
And I think that mode's going to be really fun, just because
we can sit there and talk ourselves through it.
I mean, you have the single player aspect of it, of doing, I think it's like 6 missions or something, not including DLC.
Yeah, I think they said there's two things of content coming out after the game releases.
But you have the 6 like single player missions, which I'm happy that they have a single player thing too. I don't know like if it's gonna be like an in-depth story, like an Absolution, where it's like cutscenes and all that, or if it's just like here's the location, take down the target.
Basically, like a Splinter Cell thing, like a narration. Narration. I can't get my words together right. Like while it's loading and everything, and then when the camera zooms in, it'll be like behind you, like this is your target 47,
and that's, if it's not story based like Absolution, I don't mind it, just because as much as I loved Absolution story, as much as I love story gaming, I understand that what they're going for with this Hitman game is not the same as what they were doing with Hitman Absolution with the story mode. And whether people liked it or not,
to each their own.
To each their own. I mean,
I was like, there doesn't need to be a debate about it. It's just personal preferences.
Yeah, I enjoyed Absolution. I enjoyed the story that they told with it and everything, and I enjoyed 47 through it, just because of all the events that took place in it. But if they don't do an in-depth story like that with Hitman 2, if they don't know what they did with the original one before Hitman 2,
I didn't look anything up on it.
So I don't really know what they did if they did an in-depth story. But so they don't do an in-depth story, I don't mind it, just because they're making up for it with everything else. I'm okay with it because it looks like it's fun. Yeah, that's the thing, is that they're making up for it with everything else. That if they don't do an in-depth story, where they've made it look like the gameplay and the features that they put into it with the AI and just the world itself is going to make up for that. It's going to make it fun, it's going to make it interesting, it's going to make it challenging.
We've talked about that before in other videos, about how it's not, as long as it's fun, it's okay.
Yeah. You can have a functional story where it works.
Where it's in the background, but the core part of it is the gameplay and the fun and what you do with it.
Black Flag, for instance. Not to take away from Black Flag's story.
I love that story.
Because I thoroughly loved the Black Flag story, but...
You're talking about just the pirating aspect.
The pirating aspect of it. If they would have... I mean, they're making the one Skull and Bones game now, which we'll see if what I'm about to say is going to hold out to Skull and Bones. Granted, 2 different concepts in my head, where just the pirating aspect of Black Flag, if that was all there was in that game, and the story itself would have just been functional, it wasn't, didn't have them tearing my heart out every time they killed off a character I loved.
I'm just happy that you didn't say anyone's name, because anyone who hasn't played the game is going to be livid with you right now.
But as much as, if they didn't have that story in it,
it was
the pirating part of it.
The pirating part of it,
it would still be a game that I loved thoroughly. It wouldn't change. If the story was just functional, if it was just there, it still would have been a fun game. It would still have been enjoyable because of how fun the combat with the pirate ships were. How fun. I don't even know how many hours just pirating.
Yeah, it was like even after I beat the story in Assassin's Creed 4, I still spent hours.
Yeah.
Hours just pirating because that was so much fun.
And that's the thing, is that's what my example was.
That's what I think it's going to be like.
In a game with a great story with it, so that makes it even better than it was.
Get a AAA+ for that.
And so with Hitman 2, it doesn't have to have this in-depth story where, you're trying to find the heart of 47. I don't know. I'm not that great of a story person. I can just think of something for Agent 47 off the top of my head.
He's looking for a lost lover.
Yeah, no.
With that bald head, I mean.
Looking for his past.
It's a perfect bald head, I mean.
Looking for his past or something.
Yeah.
Or trying to find more about his past.
Running from himself.
But
Who am I?
It can just be a functional story, and because the gameplay and the features in it look like it's gonna be a lot of fun, that it doesn't have to be a emotional journey or anything like that. It can just be a functional story and still be a ton of fun of the game.
And at the same time, I mean, even if it has no story whatsoever, I'm still looking forward to the game because to me it looks like a ton of fun.
That's
and I mean, then you have that ghost mode, you have that co-op sniper mode. I mean,
and then you're gonna have whatever other stuff that they add in.
Yeah, which they said that they're going to add other things. Yeah. They're going to change up things
and then bring stuff from Hitman 1 apparently into it and everything. So it sounds like they're.
What I think would be cool, and I don't know if they'll do it or not, but I'd like to see some, like, in the stuff that comes out after the release, I'd like to see some sort of, like, weather system. As far as, like, rain or snow or something, like, visibility-wise for your target. And then, like, if, let's say, I can't remember the places off the top of my head, but, like, if it was a snowy place, like, someone would see your footprints. Because they know what path they walk, and then
I think you can wait like 10 or 20 years for some of that kind of stuff. I mean, we're getting to mirrors. Be happy with mirrors.
Yeah, I guess. No, it's literally just what popped in my head. I'm like, that could be really cool. But either way, I mean, I'm looking forward to this game. I really am. I mean, I'm really excited about the ghost stuff. I think you and me are gonna have a ton of fun with that. I'm also looking forward to the co-op sniping once again. You and me will have a ton of fun with that, as long as some of us don't miss our shots. This guy. He's 2 feet away! How did you miss? Yeah, that's right. I really wish they'd make another one, but that's off topic.
That's off topic.
But yeah, overall, it looks great. It's coming out this month. I think it comes out November 13th.
It's either 13th or 17th. It was an odd number, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's 13th, but either way, I mean, we're definitely going to get it. We're definitely going to play it, and we're definitely going to have fun.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days, in the future, we'll like live stream, or maybe not live stream, or maybe just film stuff for YouTube, just of us playing the co-op modes in it. I think that could be fun.
It could be fun.
So that's why we're excited about Hitman 2. I mean, I think it looks great. I think graphically it looks fantastic. The things that they have in it, I think you're gonna have.
I think the gameplay and the features that they've added into it are going to make it much more fun than.
I think you're gonna be able to play through it a couple different, not just a couple, but play through it multiple times because of everything they have in it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a lot of replay value, and then with all the added stuff.
That was the word I was looking for.
All the stuff that they're gonna add into it, like the live target kind, or I don't know if it's called live targets, but like the thing with Sean Bean.
I think they called him an elusive target,
something like that. Regardless, is with stuff
like
that.
Because they were talking about doing a lot of stuff with the community and everything. So I mean, that makes me happy because the more like when developers and the community are working together to make something beautiful, it makes gaming more fun for everybody, and that's what gaming is. It's for entertainment.
As the community and the developers aren't having a heated exchange about what they want
that's
change, just because at that point it's
toxic for
it's
everybody.
Toxic for everyone, and that's not good for the community.
Yeah. But either way, it sounds like they're really excited about it, and it sounds like the fans are really excited about it, and I know we are really excited about it. So that's why we're excited about Hitman 2. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel because we like to talk about video games. So yeah, I mean that's important. And make sure you leave a comment down below and let us know what video game you want to see us talk about next. So this is Nerdygymbros signing off.